Yeah. Window, yeah, probably. Yeah.
But why?
Because the collection is super deep. It's 226 cards here. If you
Now.
go here.
Now. That's
And
remember, there's 1,025 unique Pokemon in the current universe, right? And then this has an 8-star system, from a single diamond up to 4 diamond, up to 3-star, up to crown. There's 8 different variations per card.
Yeah.
So that's So that would mean, arguably, there'll be 8,000 cards without additional artworks and doing a Marvel Snap play. So effectively, you could have tens of thousands of cards in the collector system.
This is a no bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
I haven't died my computer yet, but I think, where did he go?
What attack is that? What special ability is that?
Well, yeah, wow, Magikarp appeared. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
It was super useless.
Okay, welcome everybody. Starting. It is great. So welcome. My name is Matej Lančarič.
I'm John Wrong.
And I'm John Wright, never wrong.
Yes, and we.
How could you say
hosts.
that after all these years?
Oh, that was the analogy for the previous recording, which was quite bad, which you didn't spell wrong right. Okay.
Please make sure that in the outtakes you show the screenshot of him spelling wrong incorrectly.
Absolutely,
okay?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely, it's going to be there. It's
absolutely blame me that English is his third language. You know, he'll pull some bullshit out the bag. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Gonna be fine. Okay, so
what's the game we're reviewing today?
I don't know, Mr. Magikarp. Is it Pokemon? Are we gonna talk about Pokemon stuff? I hope so. Yes.
Before we start, what's everyone's favorite and most hated Pokemon out of the original 150? Because that's all that matters. And then we go start.
151. Don't get it wrong.
151. Sorry.
Serious business. Yeah. This episode is going to be intense.
John, what's your most beloved Pokemon out of 151 and the most hated?
Arcanine all day. Arcanine.
Ooh.
Most hated or loved?
Loved.
Yeah, okay.
The Growlithe, like, I'm a big dog person. Like, I've had dogs my entire life, and like Arcanine is like a lion dog with flames coming off it. I'd ride that into battle, bro.
And the hated?
With a sword and a shield, and I'd take people out. That is a battle beast. I feel like I'm in war.
Hated? And the most hated?
Most hated? Probably Psyduck. I hate that.
Ooh.
You know, like, he gets headaches, you know? Like, he's a punk. I hate Psyduck. Really?
Yeah. Go. Hated, loved Pokemon. Go.
Love definitely Snorlax. And
absolutely.
Hated probably something like either PG or Caterpie, because like start with like
hated
the forest.
Damn it.
It's a good you know? Yeah.
Metapod is absolutely terrible.
Okay, Metapod? Hated?
Metapod is definitely hated. And then most loved, I would say Kingler.
Kingler?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. The crab Pokemon.
It's going back to Pokemon Red when I was playing on emulator, and I just rushed through the whole league with Kingler. I didn't understand like what's weakness, what's like super effective, but I just powered through.
Didn't he have like insta kill attack
on
Game Boy version?
Almost. Yeah. But you know what worked? Save load.
yeah, that's why it works. Okay, now I know. Because it was like 20% chance to be successful.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. No, it was absolutely. I didn't understand back then. I was like, this is cool. Hydropump, yes, great. I was like, okay, let's go. Vice grip, let's go. And I didn't understand like shit. Like
Vice
then
grip.
there was like
Alright.
Pikachu's like, oh, okay. And
I
you,
love Pokemon was
Sorry, go on.
Scyther, and the one I hated the most was Coffin because it's just like pollution. But we're gonna turn it over to Jakub right now. What are we doing today, and why am I dressed like this?
okay, interesting,
Okay,
Mr. Felix John Wrong.
John wrong.
Felix was against Team Rocket, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So what we're talking actually today. So there's Pokemon TCG Pocket that's been released on October 30th, which is not even like a month ago, and the revenue is something that we can't really ignore because
50
it's
mil.
just giant.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's 50 mil already, past 50 mil basically.
Is it a Hearthstone killer, Jakub?
I don't think so. Like it even comes to the
just-
equation.
Yeah, like I mean, doesn't really matter.
It's a different setup. The important part, and this is something that I literally had to drag out of my attic. So there was this thing which is still working super well called Pokemon TCG, the one that released in 1998. That a lot of people played, including me, including John. I guess a lot of people here.
Well,
The illustrations-
including me as well.
including
Not yet. You weren't even born yet.
Mr. Magikarp, shut the fuck up. Come on, like,
Shut the
seriously.
fuck up.
Voting from this, I can already tell he's going to be the bitter person
Just
in this
splash.
equation.
He's
Someone
gonna
voting
think
from
of
this.
Gyarados at the end of the podcast and kill us all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
So there's this thing which I have my psychic deck here, literally with like you see pretty bulgy because it was 60 cards, much more complex rules and everything. This is still going, by the way. It's not that like this was discontinued. It's just not not that big of a kind of a draw, at
Deal.
least in Western world, I would say.
it's the same thing as with Pokemon Go. It's just like Pokemon Go is still like
Still casually
played
doing
by
1 billion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
and
it's not like it's like super hyped like it was before when like people
Yeah.
were just looking at their phones and just getting hit by a car.
Exactly. So
Oh, you saw those videos of people in China that had 20 phones on some
On their bike.
land and playing 20 times like this. Like, I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to have who has 20 phones. You know?
yeah. So what happened here is pretty much that the Pokemon TCG got streamlined and released on mobile now after 26 years, basically. If I remember correctly, the same version of the TCG rules was released on Pokemon TCG on Game Boy before. It was something around like yellow version or something like that, if I remember correctly. Like it has the overall.
Are you printing something?
No,
It's a Pokedex.
whatever. Camera died.
Oh,
Yeah,
look.
exactly the one that
This
John
is
is
it.
showing.
Nice.
This is,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Go on
Nice.
Delta. Go on Delta, download it, and then you can play on your phone. But this is
Yeah.
1998.
98,
Nice.
exactly. the same, yeah.
1998.
That was great, by the
98.
way.
Yeah, look, 98.
So it was done before, but now we got the streamlined version that actually is adapted to mobile because it has different rules. But the important part here, the game is a streamlined version of their own TCG rules, not something like, let's say, Hearthstone did, where Hearthstone just streamlined the Magic the Gathering rules. So it's a little bit different playset because the rules of Pokemon TCG aren't the usual, like it's kind of Magic, but it's not exactly Magic.
I was already complaining about like why the fuck Articuno as an ice Pokemon has not a weakness against the fire, but all is actually water Pokemon. It's weakness. It's electric. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh man, like it's streamlined, like just simplified stuff.
It's
like,
streamlined.
okay.
This is not
Streamlined,
the
but they've added metal.
yeah
Which
they
didn't
added
come
metal
into
in
the
the meantime.
second editions, right? Like metal wasn't a thing in the 151.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
And psychic Pokemon are now weak to metal Pokemon, which I didn't know
Which
was
that
a thing.
yeah.
He
Okay.
made that up.
Particularly strength, right? Like fighting type was the one that beat psychic. I want to say.
Psychic
I'm-
Psychic was weak to Psychic itself before, and only Ghost
And
Pokemon
Ghost.
didn't have any weakness at all, actually. Yeah, but here, actually, there's no resistances against God Streamlined, so no resistance in the game. But yeah, let me just like show how this whole thing works, and we can go around it a little bit until
Yeah.
we talk about the actual
Also,
numbers.
why are we actually excited about it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks
it
amazing.
has everything
all
it should
growing
have.
up with Pokemon.
Yeah. But, like, this
Yeah.
is the thing. Like the deck that I showed you here, this kind of a binder that I have here, the illustrations in that binder, like a lot of times, are exactly the same. Like if I, for instance, go here and
But
check
they should be the same.
and they're not all the same. Like for instance, this Pikachu card,
Yes.
this is exactly the same. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
same.
that's the card from like 151,
I
right?
remember that.
1998. Yeah. If we go lower, there's stuff like the Slowpoke card. I
Also,
remember
This
that
is the
one.
same thing. Yeah, this is the same thing.
Slowpoke card. There's stuff like
this-
Hitmonchan. I think is the same. Yeah, Hitmonchan is the same.
Yeah.
Then there's stuff like
Icons, I think it's the same as
Meow,
well.
Farfetch.
Yeah, that Licky Tongue is obviously not from the same edition, right? Like it
Yeah.
should have been, but it's
Yeah.
a different style, different artwork.
Exactly. So they keep some of the OG ones, but a lot of those are new ones. But again, the connection, and we can very heavily see that they're playing the nostalgia card to its fullest. Like this is
Yeah.
definitely there, like hands down. And this is all with like Pokemon games returning after 20 years. That's like the main playground.
But look, why wouldn't they play the nostalgia card when you have such a
it's the
strong
correct
IP?
play, I'm just saying.
And
No,
then it's just
the-
like it's a combination of different art styles. So you have the OGs and then the new kind of style, which
like
you
this,
you
for
see
example.
here. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's the, is that the two star? Yeah, I mean I feel like this is a Pokemon. This is a Marvel Snap play.
No, I
This is
think
like-
someone
like
just
a
had
Marvel
Artwork, like different artists made different different cards editions. I think it's the.
someone
it's
had an LSD and started drawing the global like this
No,
with their feet.
with their face.
But like it's like, let's say, some of the things are very unique. But yeah, let me drill down the
It's
mechanics.
unique, yeah.
So
Yes.
main thing in this whole app, because it has this kind of feel of like signature Pokemon app, like Pokemon Go has. You have this very like signature wide visual with all these kind of Pokemon stuff things.
Because it's Pokemon style.
Yeah, because it's
Like-
Pokemon style, exactly. Works pretty well. So the main thing actually, and even when the game starts during tutorial, is about booster opening. Like it doesn't really go even into battling. It's like most of the time, like, by the way, you can open
It's about
boosters. and
opening
more
cards. Yeah.
and about opening cards. And this is like few of the mechanics that are pretty much done there, and like the whole economy is basically based on that. So currently there's the first set, Genetic Apex. There are 3 different packs here. Each of them have a bunch of Pokemon that are same for everybody. Each of them have a bunch of Pokemon that are exclusive to the packs. If you go here into the offer rates, you can see what's the percentage of like you getting a specific card. The most important part are these, like for instance, these crown cards, like the 3 most rarest cards in the game, being Charizard X, Pikachu X, and Mewtwo X. Yeah, John
Oh,
has
fuck
that
you
one.
both,
Whoa.
by the way.
Which has 0.013% drop.
John, how much
man,
did you pay?
like- It doesn't
We'll
matter.
talk
It doesn't
about
matter.
how much I've spent in this app later. Okay, Jakob knows.
Well, but let's pause here. Like, if there is like the luckiest person in the universe to get
Mhm.
all the fucking gear, it's Jakub. And when he said, "Look, so I just got Mewtwo," and John had exactly the same. Did you get it because it's scripted? I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? No Mewtwo at all." So he's the luckiest, but you're is actually +1. I mean. I don't really understand. Like you two get along very well. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, so the most important part is that each of the booster packs has this alternate art 3-star card, which is for Pikachu X, for Mewtwo X, the one that I got literally in the first pack, and I thought it was scripted, which was not. And then you have the X kind of a lineup, which is the most important part of each deck, where because these are kind of specific for each deck, then you have more like alternate art stuff, and then the bread and butter kind of X Pokemon that are only in this pack. Like Arcanine is only Pikachu deck, Pikachu pack, Pikachu is on Pikachu, so on and so forth. And you have pretty much these 3 packs. The way to do this is pretty much start opening one pack to kind of collect something that you want out of it, and then move to another pack to kind of finish your collection to be a different way. When you open a pack, and we can get to this kind of marvelous thing, it's actually done very, very nicely. A little bit slow to my liking,
Yeah.
but it has this kind of
Skip it.
I can like literally open it, and then you have like one after like so like
Oh, fucking
that's
hell,
great.
no way, no.
Nice.
That's what we needed.
Yeah, right, you. That's great.
Oh, fuck.
Did you
dear
No,
lis-
that's not like. Oh, that's the first
dear
time you called
listeners, dear listeners, please go to YouTube and just watch how lucky this person is. I mean, seriously, like
Moving on.
you have it,
moving
you
on.
have it here.
So if you
Am
don't
I
have the
good?
card,
Yeah,
there's
congrats,
like
man.
new thing there if you don't have it for the first time, as here.
Jesus Christ.
And then it gets added to your collection, and this is like the important thing because it's all about that collection. We can skip this thing, and just they are being pretty much added into something like your Pokédex, pretty much, where you register the cards and you complete quests with them, so on and so forth. Normally, this works actually on this kind of a timer system where you have the timer system that goes for 12 hours, and after 12 hours you can open one pack, and then it kind of stacks up to two packs, kind of the cooldown, and then you can open those two. If you buy the subscription, you can have one more timer running for another pack, plus you get the premium cosmetics from like premium missions that's there. Like the shop is actually pretty massive. There's like a daily questing that you can go and pick up every day. Actually, a lot of these currencies in the game are about time or like speeding up kind of an energy system.
Shit, yeah.
There's like 5 or 6 energy system within the game. So you have these hourglasses that each of them skips like 1 hour on the pack. Then you have wonder glasses, which is tied to their wonder peak mechanic. I'll explain that in a second because that needs this special part of it. Like, it's genius in my opinion.
That's great.
After you buy all the things that are default in the shop, then there are things that refreshes, and then afterwards there's like special shop tickets. I think this is just some kind of a like whaling cosmetic system, because if I understand, if you have 300 shop tickets and you can get like 5 of these from battles every day and stuff like that, you have this special shop where you can get special cosmetics, which takes like
a long time.
3,600 of these, which takes like a lot of time. So it's just like the biggest cosmetics of them all. And then you have some
7 lives.
7 lives. Then you have some more cosmetics and some general cards for like the trainers. Everybody will have these, so it's just like the basic stuff that you buy first. Then you have more cosmetics from under special currency, which is emblems. Then you have nothing, which I guess you'll get to that. Limited time events. This is, by the way, great. The game runs a shit ton of events and has perfect lineup. I will comment on that somewhere later. So currently there's the Wonder Pig event that I completely completed, going in second phase, where you can have the sleeves, the playmats, the coins, the backdrop, the icon, like a lot of slots even for the cosmetics from the get-go. Then you have the premium stuff. This is the one that you can get if you have the subscription. That's the other thing of it. So you can open one more pack per day, and then the subscription. They have a free trial here, so I'm on that one for first 2 weeks.
Of course you are.
Of course. Then there's some offers, and if I understand, these are the only offers that are in the game, where you have some more cosmetics, and that's pretty much it. Like
honestly, I didn't spend a lot of time in the shop at all. I mean, it's just it's there. It's quite.
There's even a hidden secret actually within the shop, because there's this ticket. I don't know if you noticed that, which is cryptically say that if you go into items, everybody I think has that like advanced ticket. This ticket cannot be used yet. Wait and see what it's for.
Interesting. I haven't seen that.
So I guess everybody has that. You need to go through the 3 dots and inventory section.
I know what.
Maybe it's
I know what's gonna do for trading.
For an ad.
Yeah. That's a rewarded video slot right there. No, I think it's gonna be for trading.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be for trading. Let's see. So that was the shop. The mission system, very streamlined, easy. So there's the daily quest that can be done literally within 5 minutes, which will give you more hourglasses for speeding up. There's the Pokédex quest, which means the more cards you register, the more kind of missions you complete, and you get this currency to buy the other cosmetics, those emblems. Then you have the decks. This is again very interesting because you're given a set of cards that if you collect slowly, or you collect the main card of the deck, you get the rental deck, which you can use for 10 uses, even if you don't own the cards. This is very good because this is the way that the game lets you try and use other decks freely without you paying for them and kind of getting them tested out. This is great. But
that's a tease. It's a nice tease that you need to collect all of this
in the solo mode, not the PvP one.
Yeah,
that's the drawback here. There's the event system. Yeah, as I said, currently Wonder Pig event part 1, part 2, completed all of it. Event number 3 is currently, they're running 3 events currently at a time, so very good. The PvP event, where you're pretty much just collecting wins, and you get this kind of a biggest cosmetic for 45 wins, if I get that right. Yeah, 45 Zinjanity Apex Emblem and 1 Golden Emblem. So that's there. And then there's team collections, and this is the one where you need to complete a specific team of cards. For instance, here I just like progressed here, so I need Oddish now to kind of get the rewards here. There are actually hidden missions here that are written on the internet that are not visible until you collect them. And if you collect all of these, actually, you get a Mew card, which is the secret card of the collection. Yeah, Felix?
Why is this game earning nearly 52 million in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, I'll get to that. This is the Wonder Pig mechanic. Let's talk about that one, because I think this is really good, and I think I don't seen any other card game or like a similar format yet, and this is really good. So Wonder Pig itself runs on energy. That again, you get 1 like energy per 11 hours or 12 hours, I think, something like that. And you have the hourglass currency similar to this spec hourglass currency where you get there. So if we go there, what happens here in Wonder Pig is that you see the open packs of your friends. You literally see them. They stay
not
here
all
for,
your
like,
friends. It's just like for everybody.
Mostly your friends, but also like random people.
I mean, I have 0 friends in the Pokemon, only you 2, and I seen like so many different
I saw
people.
your pack today, by the way.
Yeah, I pulled a 1-star Diglett out from Jakob.
Yeah,
like
so you can.
I sent him the screenshot. I was like, "Look,
Yeah.
I won!"
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so. I have your pick here now, but it was here today. Like as you
it could be. Yeah,
anyway.
but it's like
So-
from not only friends. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Of course, random people also. But if I want to, let's say, have more currency here, I would need to use that Wonder Stamina, basically, that you collect and like get rewarded throughout the game from instant, from an event, whatever.
Yeah.
But how it works is basically you go here and you can pick any of these boosters that you have stamina for, and you get the chance to pick a card out of it. And I literally got like another
I'm pretty
Mewtwo
sure.
X,
Yes,
another
of
Pikachu
course.
X just out of this, because you literally have a 20% chance to get the card that you want, and that's great.
I got Diglett as well, and all these
And-
bullshit Pokemon that
Yeah.
nobody cares.
And on top of it, because there's currently the Meow event running, you actually get to have like free rewards out of this with a chance to get a Meow card or Chansey card every hour, I think. Like every hour there's a respawn here that you can get this like bonus no wonder energy cost back. But the thing is that this is, I think, what really drives the engagement here, because you want to check this all the time, because you never know, and you can get literally like a X card out of it, and that's just great. And to top it off, there's even a section with packs that have already expired,
Yeah.
but they sell a specific currency called Rewind Watches. So if I want to go and like pick from that pack, I can still pay for it. So they pretty much, again, just increase the price of packs that are already run off, but they're still
because
here.
if you find an interesting pack there, like you said, like Mewtwo X, you want to get, then you just rewind the clock. Yeah, you rewind the clock, and exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm assuming from a balancing perspective, the clock is more expensive than the hourglass, right? So
yeah, because it's keeping randomness. That's
FOMO. So
like literally, I got like from packs, I just got 1 Mewtwo. If I didn't Wonder Pick him from here, I would have never got him in, because I just doesn't have enough dust to kind of create him like with the PT currency. So yeah, it's literally amazing. And again, it's a giant value if you constantly search it, because you can get like every 36 hours you can get like these three Wonder Packs energy and pick a X Pokemon for free, basically. So
I mean, but you still need to be lucky.
Of course, you need to be lucky, but eventually, if you keep doing this statistically, you're there.
Yes.
It's 1 out of 5.
Felix?
It's not that bad of a chance.
I mean,
why is this game probably going to make $1 billion this year in IP sales?
This year, no, but in first
12
months
window. 12-month
12
window.
months.
Yeah, 12-month
yeah.
window, yeah, probably, yeah.
But why?
Because the collection is super deep. It's 226 cards here. If you
Now.
go here
Now.
That's and
remember, there's 1,025 unique Pokemon in the current universe, right? And then this has an 8-star system from a single diamond up to 4 diamond, up to 3-star, up to crown. There's 8 different variations per card.
Yet.
So that's
Yet.
so that would mean arguably there'll be 8,000 cards without additional artworks and doing a Marvel Snap play. So effectively, you could have tens of thousands of cards in the collector system within X number of years.
Yeah, this is the part
Meaning
that
you
I
can't
really...
catch them all?
It will be
But
the
you can.
usual kind of Asian, like the content will be added so fast that you will have very hard to keep up. I think that's
So
that's
you
what's
can
gonna
catch
happen.
them all if you bring your credit card.
Yes, credit
Yeah,
cards can catch
totally.
all Pokemon very fast.
Yes.
The thing that I want to showcase here is that there were actually leaks on Reddit where on the,
Oh man, this is great.
Man, but just look at this, how this
Yeah.
thing is packed. This literally worth to look. So if you look at this, we can already see the global launch store update and like what was added like from the beginning. And
Yeah.
this is already in the game. There's the Meow event,
Chelsea
part
Meow
1,
event,
part 2, which runs until
Yeah.
November 14th. And if we move forward, we can already see that there's the
Ooh.
Lapras Drop event, which is running, which is like 3 events
Yeah.
at a time already. There's already Black Friday event planned on November 21st with special promotions, exclusive items.
It's gonna be
Magikarp
15 mil a
Gyarados.
day. Gonna be
Do-
fucking
doing
I
15.
would say 10. I'm saying 10
Yeah, it's gonna
is
spike
gonna
like
hit
hell.
10, for sure.
There's Magikarp and Gyarados event coming around November 21. Mass
Wait,
Outbreak
wrong
event
again.
November 21 to 28. Those are 2 events running at the same time already planned in the
Yeah.
pipeline.
Yeah.
Second Dobro event November 28. Bulbasaur Magnemite event December 5th. I think part 1, part 2. And then the kicker, mini set A1 series December 16. So right before Christmas, there are 1 or 2
Of
booster
course.
packs featuring a special set of cards not found in the genetic apex.
fuck.
Everybody will fucking go out after these. Introduction, new strategies and game mechanics with the aim of changing the current meta. And then second set in a scope of probably another 226 cards already January 29. So this thing
Well-
is just loaded. It's not the usual like,
And-
oh, we didn't
this
have
is the
time
start.
for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's like, no, we didn't. Like they had all the time for this.
Yeah. And now like they're building on that time and they prepared a lot of stuff until the end of
But you see that like the
January.
thing launched October 30th, and it already have a 3-month live ops
Yeah,
pipeline
yeah.
planned and done. Like
And
those
that-
are
yeah.
screenshots data mined from the game, so it's done. It's like
Yeah,
nothing.
it's there.
And-
So it's not like, oh, we're gonna postpone this because
and
we didn't
here's
have
the-
it's
Here's the spended kicker: new rainbow rarity of cards.
Ooh.
Already.
Oh,
So then it's not going to be an
Yeah.
8-star system, it's going to be a 9-star system. So they've just like magnified everything again by X number of thousand. These are some smart people, man.
Three
Who are,
new
who are the
mystery-
maker- who are the publishers? Who's making this?
DNA,
Yeah,
DNA, and Pokemon
Teamy.
Company, of course. Yeah,
Huh?
not me.
not
DNA,
me. Yeah.
DNA.
Okay, what's
DNA. Lucky fishing event, lots of decorations and like all these cosmetics. The game really prides itself on cosmetics. New
Oh.
types of event related gift packages, gift boxes, gift bonuses, new premium pass, which will be the one that refreshes. And then this is the kicker. Introduction ranking system. The game currently suffers from the thing that it doesn't have any ranking system. If you
Yeah.
play PvP, there's no rewards, no ladder, no
Yeah.
nothing. It's just you play. There's an like PvP event currently running, which I guess they need to throw in because this thing just is like late.
Yeah.
But they already have it here. Base, bronze, silver, gold ranking system, and it will have normal kind of the usual teamed ranking and division by experience ranking. So, and I guess there's even gonna be like themed events with like you can only use water decks or whatever, to
Oh yeah.
put a little bit more pressure on our collection and stuff in there. So it just
the thing is,
loaded with
you-
features.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like you don't really need to put the pressure on that like collection. You want to have all of them. That's just
Yeah.
because if you want to rank high in the ranks, like you really need like all the decks basically. You need to build those decks just to be competitive enough.
Yeah, and this is like even currently running in the game, like the reward events. Each victory in PvE event gives you a chance to obtain special card packs,
Yeah.
which they already run in the solo event. Because by the
Yeah,
way,
there's
the
the
like,
Lapras.
single
Yeah,
player
Lapras
experience
event,
of this game
exactly.
is still pretty fleshed out. Like you have these like all of the battles that give you a lot of rewards here, and there's
Yeah.
already an event running. Which if you are defeating the highest rank of the event difficulty, you literally have 100% chance to get the promo pack. there's the auto battle on that one.
Yes.
That actually works pretty well. But the thing is that,
and
for instance,
if you have Mewtwo X deck, then
Yeah.
it's
actually Pikachu X works even better for this one, but doesn't matter.
obviously, yeah.
But the thing is that it already contains Lapras X, a card that's only available from this thing and like nowhere else. But actually, like even the biggest star of this whole event is Monkey, because Monkey has a damaging ability, which means that if you pair it like the new Monkey from the event with Primeape, he can slash you for 100 damage second turn. So yeah,
Ooh.
there's very, very good cards in the like. Those are not like some random cosmetic rewards, whatever. It's literally if you don't play the event and get the card, like this Monkey deck won't work without it.
Yeah,
So,
if you compare the original Mankey versus the promo Mankey, there is a difference in the obviously the attack strength.
Literally different functionality.
So it's like a different card entirely, right? And this is where people start working out these crazy strategies, right? Like what to pair with what to give them like a super deck, right?
Yeah.
It's
And they already mentioned in the patch notes, like they're gonna change things to change the current meta. So after that update, it's gonna be again something else. Like you're changing the decks or the updates in the Marvel Snap. Some deck work, and then afterwards there's the balance change, and then you need to kind of build a new deck.
Yeah, because you counter the meta, and like somebody comes in that's probably going to counter the Mewtwo Pikachu X meta, which is by the way like if we had to look at this,
as fuck.
This is basically how the whole meta now works, where you have like Pikachu, then you have the Articuno Starmie deck, which is literally like a roll of a coin, because there's this card called Misty, which literally can give you unlimited energy if you're lucky.
Jakob, you remember that screenshot I sent you? I got 12. Someone rolled the Misty card and got 12 heads on a row.
Yeah,
they got 12 energy cards against me. I was like, who the heck is this person who just got 12 energy and then wiped out with a Starmie X?
It was Jakob for sure.
It was lucky Jakob. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I guess it works pretty well. But the real big, not secret, but my giant expectation for this game isn't even all of this. The biggest expectation for me is how they will execute trading, because it's in the game and it says coming soon, and there's not a single word in it. Nobody knows shit. And my guess is it won't be the usual trading as we've seen it within like open economies and games that kind of get overrun by bots and stuff, because they're not that stupid.
That would not be great.
Yeah. So my guess is there will be some kind of a special modifications to it, because I wouldn't really think that it's viable if they just like open it up.
But you remember, it's going to be on the blockchain. Is it going to be on the blockchain?
Not going to be on blockchain.
You remember, you could
Pokemon,
get.
Needs to be
you
child
could
friendly.
get Golem, man. You could get Golem and Alakazam when you traded those cards, right?
Yeah.
In the very old. So I mean, like this.
You can get the third evolution of Gengar, Golem, Alakazam only if you trade them.
Only if you trade them. So I think this will be it.
Yeah.
What? But why would you trade the card when you can open everything? Or
I mean, like you trade Golem and then it turns into Golem X or something,
for example, or no, like you just. Could be. I mean, like this. Like you can only get cards through trading. Again,
there's also like the new stuff with like Charizard Black, right? Like, and these other sort of like other things that we've not even factored in, which are like new ways of like the I can't remember what it's called, Jakob, but when they have giant Pokemon. Like it's part of like new gen,
like Mega Charizard, Mega Evolutions,
right?
Yeah.
All of that stuff adds another level of complexity. But I think what Matej said is very interesting, because and me and Jakob were joking that I'm going to set up like accounts on my wife's phone or my mum's phone, or I'm going to buy my kids' phones. I'm going to start getting like 10 packs a day. I'm going to start trading everything to myself. I'm going to create like a bazaar. Like where I could just trade cards between my own people. I'm gonna start selling things. I'm gonna start doing like World of Warcraft guild mining.
Money laundering.
I'm gonna make a business out of this. But the fact is, it's too abusable, right?
Yeah.
Like there has to be a smart way to defend it, because otherwise people will just work out hacks to be able to get like complete the cards. Once they've completed the collection, the value for the user goes down dramatically, right?
Yeah.
Because motivations of users, you've got people who like to collect more than they do battle, and battle more than collect. it's never even, right? Like those motivations for these games. So they need to balance that correctly, or they could have like a massive fall off, right? Or they just inject more new cards and then go from there, basically. But
yeah, because like even if you start trading and there's like basically no new cards coming out of that, it's gonna be like what you just said. Like people will just buy 10 phones and then just try to trade everything between themselves because they don't want to pay, and then that's it. That's the end of the game.
Like even from the first, I don't know, 20 packs, like there's reroll guides on this already, where like how you should reroll, and if you don't get like legendaries from the first 20 packs, people reroll. That's normal with gacha
Really?
games. Yeah, of course, it's a normal tactic. And
I know
if you're not me and not got legendary in first 20 packs, like you reroll because it doesn't take that much time, and you get like the initial burst of resources where you open like all the free stuff. If you're not happy with it, you start again. If you put pots on this, like all the cards are inflated away immediately. So there probably be some kind of modification or like different execution that everybody thinks that like, oh, it will be like Web3. So no, it won't. No. Definitely. Otherwise, it'll destroy the game immediately. So
it's going to be the end of the game, which
let's talk a little bit about the actual numbers. So the game started super strong, even though it was in soft launch from October 13 for a few days, I guess. It started with like 4 million a day already.
It was in soft launch. I mean, man, like this is not even a soft launch. Come on.
It's not a soft launch like that.
Like, you can't even talk about soft launch. It just launched out of the way. Yeah, exactly.
It came out of nowhere. Yeah, everybody it was like
wait a second.
Before someone said, "Hey, there's a new Pokemon game coming," and everyone was like, "Really?"
The trailer was out there for like 2 months or something. I knew about it.
Not 6 months, dude.
It wasn't exactly.
It wasn't sitting there. Everyone like, thinking hype.
We just discussed like 5 games that were in soft launch for a year. On the podcast, like.
So the thing is currently doing. I started immediately doing like plus 4 million a day, and then like skyrocketed to like nearly 5 million a day. These are Mondays, I guess. These kind of values.
Oh, but Monday, second Monday in a row. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna be dead. Oh, he's on the decline already.
Jakob, Hearthstone in there. I just want to see because that dip is a big spike on Hearthstone, and I just wanted to see your comment on that.
I don't think
Hearthstone works on expansion, man.
That's absolutely not relevant. I was looking at that graph that you shared. Like, oh, look, there was a Hearthstone spike, and it's like,
the man, bro. That's not relevant. No,
I was like,
something happening with Hearthstone currently because there's like 3 million spike actually.
Yeah, this Pokemon.
So basically, Hearthstone is a Pokemon TCG in World of Warcraft universe.
For sure. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to show you, still the downloads are still super strong, going something like 770K
it's dying already.
Pretty much a straight line, both on revenue and downloads. So that's there.
Also, and look at the countries.
I'll look at the countries.
Because the US is growing. It's growing. It started on 400K. Now it's 1 million something.
The whole world is
Oh.
basically growing if we take off Japan. Like Japan itself is Japan, of course, because it's a home IP
It's
there in Japan.
Yeah.
And like when we was there at Tokyo Game Show, literally like the groceries were branded with Pikachu everywhere. It's normal for them. It's still super strong. But yeah, if we take off Japan, it's still growing for the rest of the world, and US revenue is still growing. So we'll see. Download wise, I think it's a little bit different picture. But actually, the US is the top to downloads.
Yeah.
Japan is, as always, like Japan, low population, very big money, as usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we compare this with actually Pokemon Go, and I have the chart here, this is like the first days of the app. We can see that it's like, if we omit the fact that this didn't start the same line, because again, stuffs like that, it was doing actually nearly the same revenue. Like Pokemon Go was doing something like 4 or 5 mil a day, and this was 45 days after launch. This is doing it immediately, like the same thing here. So we could be literally looking at like something at the scale of Pokemon Go here. So just kind of very interesting because
made $5 billion in lifetime revenue.
Yeah, we were
5.5
looking last night. It took about 9.5, 10 months to get to the billion mark, right?
Yeah.
So within a calendar year, which again with the live up schedule and everything Jakob just went over, I can't not believe that this will do
exactly
around the same, right?
I can't believe some people are saying this is dying.
I guess the thing is that I get the criticism in a way that like let's say the combat system can seem kind of very simplistic because it's streamlined a lot of stuff. It's only 20 cards. There's no more, even the price cards were removed. There's no more resistance. Weaknesses were basically nerfed because weaknesses before were double the damage. Now it's just plus
Nice,
20
plus
fixed,
20,
which is nice to have, but it's not really life changing as it was before because literally if you get, like water deck got paired with an like electric deck, it's dead. Because every single guy is literally like small Pikachu is steamrolling over your Blastoise.
But that should be the case anyway.
Yeah,
it should be like that.
Yeah, it's just like the advantage was lower, let's say a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so only 3 Pokemon being needed to be defeated as to win the match. Only 20 cards in the deck. Energy system streamlined. It's actually a little bit more advanced than the Hearthstone one because Hearthstone streamlined the Magic the Gathering land system, which means that it removed mana float and mana dryness or whatever, like where you just get only the lands or like didn't get any lands. Here you pretty much get the energy every single turn. The problem that still can happen is that if you do double color decks, like for instance my dragon deck. By the way, dragon is like a separate element here. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So if you take
because
Dragonite,
dragon is. Yeah, you get both.
Kind of,
you get both energies.
Yeah. So you set up
and
water and electric deck, and what it does, it actually randomly rotates between these two. So sometimes you get the water energy, sometimes you use the electric one.
Isn't it just like taking turns? I thought it's just one and one. Because I had one. Okay, whatever.
I think it's random. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but as I played this last time, it was random. So I had literally problems that I couldn't just fire this thing because I didn't have electric energy or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's streamlined. It's much more easier to do. 1 energy per turn. There are a lot of abilities that are actually adding more energy on top of it, like cards like Misty, Moltres, Gardevoir. Like every single element, I think, has some kind of additional energy pumping up.
Yeah.
So that's there. I still think like the tactics and the meta is deep enough for it to kind of stand on legs. And as I said, keep in mind
it is the beginning.
Yeah, it's the beginning, and there will be more mechanics added later.
Yeah.
So people first need to kind of learn and master this thing, like the first kind of Apex. And it was always, even with the Pokemon TCG, every single like edition added some additional mechanics which were actually added on top. So, for instance, if you remember stadiums where the trainers were added, like for instance, where is it? Where's the card? So here's my there we go. Sabrina Alakazam. So it literally added Saffron City Gym as you put on like a special slot, which was basically like a gym slot, and then it affected the whole game. And the only way to get rid of it is put another gym into it, which pretty much added like one more slot into the game itself. And that's how they can add the complexity as they go, edition by edition by edition. It's the same as Hearthstone, actually. Like they also add like new mechanics, taglines, and stuff like that. Stuff rotates out of the format, stuff comes in, so on and so forth, reprints, blah blah blah. Typical TCG stuff. So my guess is it's still very well done on like a mobile adaptation. Like I don't think so. It's there, but again, it's a start, and it's a very strong start. And my guess is by December or by Christmas, when all these events fired up, then we can double check the revenue.
Why do card games hate ads? I don't get it.
What did I say before we joined this call? I said he was going to be super quiet, and then one point he's just going to jump out and ask about ads.
What was that? No, Felix, I mean, I get the point of like other games
Indonesia
having
there?
ads.
They're not going to spend anything. Let them watch an ad.
But why? Like, what would that add?
Be egalitarian. Let everyone join in the fun, despite if they have a big credit card or not.
But the thing is, like, how much money would this add into this $5 million a day? Tell me, $7,000?
It's about giving back to the community. It's about letting UA work. You should know this.
It's like Pokemon brand.
It's about supporting the 95% of people that don't spend.
It's nothing.
It's about giving back to those people. Yeah.
I'm Swedish. I'm a bit socialist, and Mattia needs inventory for his UA campaigns.
It's absolutely irrelevant.
With this though, guys, seriously, I think the conversion to paying users is double digits. I think more than like if we say casual game, like 5-6% is normally good. I think it's like double. I think it's like 10 to 15% of people end up doing a purchase.
People sending me this stuff. Oh my god, they never pay, but I'm really like this close to actually make this purchase like in this game. Like it's insane.
Just saying, there's this list on Wikipedia that I really like recommend to just double check. List of the highest grossing media franchises in the world. Guess who's
number
first?
one,
Our
right?
favorite
Yeah.
Yellow Rat with
Of course.
99 billion. With
I mean,
Yep.
yes.
stunning 71 or 72 was it billion? Sorry, 91 billion from licensed
Merch.
merchandise.
Yeah.
Which is,
People
by
don't
the
realize
way,
Pokemon is the number one
which
IP
is
of the world.
Pokemon cards. That fits
Yeah,
the
that's copy- yeah.
category we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So
just,
that's that.
of course.
I'm wearing it
Of
on
course they
my
will pay.
head.
John, can you tell us a little bit like how was the payer experience here, like with the packs and stuff?
I mean, look, from someone who's obviously a fan of the series and someone who's obviously been playing this for like a quarter of a century, right? Like,
Yeah.
I do think that from a user experience, from a playing experience, it captivated a lot of the motivations of like me. Like, it one nostalgia. It took me back to being 12, and I remember having to get a bus to go to Sainsbury's to buy Pokemon cards, and then because I needed the exact, I had like £5, I could buy 2 packs, so I could only afford a bus to go one way, so I had to walk like 3 miles back because I wanted to get that second card. Like that being 12 year age, like that's what I remember. And I feel like from a user perspective, they tapped into that motivation of like the collectible elements, like the star system and the rarity stuff. I think is an amazing touch. Yeah, I think they did take some amazing influence from maybe like Marvel Snap around artworks and different cards and whatnot. Yeah, I think I've always been very much a collector rather than a battler, right? Like for me, initially it was always about collecting the 151 and getting that shiny Charizard, right? That's what everyone wanted in the original set. And I think they've executed really well. Like I said, the depth of the deck, the collectible elements, the promo cards, the stars, I think they've done really well. And as a lifelong fan of the game series, and I think it's just been executed upon really well. Like the battle system, I agree with what you said, Jakob. It's they've obviously dumbed it down, but that's a good thing because it gives a bit more like playability, right? It's shorter experience. People
So
don't
I
want to
can
go
play.
into
I can play against the people.
At the end of the day, right? Like I'm not saying we have to make a battle take 3 minutes or something like average session length, but a game used to take like with a 60 card deck would take half hour to an hour, right? Like sometimes to be able to do that in real life, people don't have that. And what you don't want to do is break the session time, right? Oh, someone only has 20 minutes, the match takes 30, and then all that happens is the other person or the person playing concedes, and it doesn't give a good experience. I think the fact they've streamlined it and allowed sort of playability and the length of the battles is in a good time frame. Maybe they'll optimize that more down, right? Depending on user adoption and what they see from a churn perspective and number of concedes. But overall, I've been really impressed.
Sorry, John. I need to step in because Jakub is lost. Like, just turn these countries off and then just put unified apps. So yes.
Sorry. I was just looking at the session time.
I saw it on his face, like he was really lost. Like, what the fuck? Like, why I'm looking at countries instead of like
you're looking at Venezuela and these countries, and it's like, guys, like 70 minutes for gameplay per day. Put 2 interstitials there, guys.
This is the thing. You see the average October session count 8.7.
Yeah,
I think this is mainly because of that Wonder Pick mechanic. Because you go there and you check the cards always. I do it like 5 times a day, at least. Just to kind of go there and check, or open just that one, the bonus pack that it just gives you, the one where I have it. It's opened.
You have a session count like 11 if you just check in the table.
I'm gonna.
That's September. Like that's not relevant data.
All
also,
right, sure.
like nice little touch here with the cards here. If you have a friend from a different speaking country, you actually pick cards which are in the language of his country.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So if I go here, I don't think so. I have somebody here already. But if I go here, I can show you that, for instance, the Mewtwo that I pick was from, is a German Mewtwo, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No
so
way.
this Wonder Pick mechanic is literally taken to the last detail. And you know why is this? Because it's going to be more, like, let's say,
there's going to be English Mewtwo as well.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
there's English. If you use it in the deck, it turns into your native language that you have like selected. But if you check your card collection, it will be in German Mewtwo. I have some Japanese cards that I wonder pick from Japanese packs and so on and so forth. It's just perfectly set up to be traded all over the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay, let me ask the three of you. 15 years from now, what will have earned the most money? Pokemon Go or this?
Ooh.
This
15 years from now,
from now,
15
this
years from now.
absolutely.
I think in
This.
15 years we won't have mobile phones anymore.
I know, yeah, but it will still be a
Still.
history of who earned more money, and then you can tell me which one earned the more money.
Pokemon Go had a pretty big head start, man.
Yes.
Yeah, but it
still.
slowed down a lot. It's like close to 6 billion, but it's slowed down so much in the last 2 years.
But this has a history of 25 years, like this exact game.
Yeah.
the last
and
12
we're-
months,
we're on the
Pokemon
very
Go is
beginning.
500 mil.
Last 12 months. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that like slow down that much.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not like it's dead, but still. It's,
Okay, but answer me. So answer me.
I
What do you
I
think?
would go with TCG.
With TCG.
TCG.
Mhm.
TCG.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
geolocation based games are a niche, right? You have to be outside, you have to be moving around. Like, you imagine the amount of people that were not were isolated and couldn't play geolocation based games, whereas this is like you can play it wherever you want,
Yeah.
right? Anyone can play it. It's got
Yeah.
like the TAM is untapped, biggest IP in the world. Like, you have to bet on this, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is that even during Corona, Pokemon Go kind of adjusted a little bit and like take off the restrictions of you could stay actually at home, but still it's a niche. It's a niche. This is their core thing. Like they've been running
Exactly.
this for 26 years.
Yes.
Like
So when does it overtake Pokemon Go? 5 years? 6 years?
like
3
last revenue already.
Yeah, overall
lifetime
revenue.
overall.
Lifetime
Yeah.
revenue.
Lifetime.
Overall is hard. Overall is hard. Probably
Or
it will
5,
take like
6.
3 to 4 years definitely to manifest.
Okay.
Properly. If it get, like man, 5.5 billion. Like we are
Yeah,
not
it's a
talking
lot of money.
peanuts here.
Yeah.
Big head start. So from 2016. So yeah, not
There's
really.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I
also-
said, like 5 or 6.
Jakob and I were talking about another feature that we don't know. Like, I don't know if they'll implement it or not, but it's another dimension. Is that one of the previous editions of the game had the ability to scan the cards, so you could take a picture with the camera and it would like put your card and digitalize it and put it into the game. So there's this whole like play of like getting like resurgence of people buying Pokemon cards to get maybe better rates on games into the game itself. Like again, this was in a system in a previous version of the game. And if you factor in that and the Halo revenue on card sales and memorabilia and everything else, like you trying to work out the impact of that. Like I don't know if Pokemon Go would have the same impact as this because it's tied so much into the card universe, right?
I could imagine definitely some like cross effects here. Not maybe directly scanning cards, but just like getting cross promo stuff. Like for sure that could work really well. And again, it will all, I think, boil down to the fact how will they execute the trading feature, like how that thing will kind of work out, and like based on that, I guess a lot of things will depend.
It's going to exponentially increase the revenue.
Exponentially increase the revenue for sure. But again, you need to create it in a way that you prevent turning this into a bot fest. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a bot fest. This is assured, basically.
Yeah,
I can see like old school farms, like. Like install farms, like fraud, what we used to think, look in the ad tech space, be like, oh God, there's these places in China that have like 20,000 phones that are currently doing fake installs, I can see those bot farms, popping up and people rubbing their hands together. Like think about the element of trade where you have a super rare card and someone starts trying to monetize this with real world cash, right? Like people farming to get those crown cards. And then, this happened again on Warcraft. It happened on Final Fantasy.
It's happened to CSGO for skins, like it's the same thing.
Exactly, dude. People like take it to the real world and they create like eBay accounts and it's like, hey, you want this? Pay me that, right? And there's a whole like seedy grey market underworld, of all of this stuff. So like Pokemon Company is a family friendly thing, right? So they're going to try and prevent this dark arts being applied. So I have to think that they've got some good ways and means to defend from
But
this.
that's also happened with Pokemon Go during the beginning. I remember we were running it on emulator and spoofing GPS all the time. Like that. That's
Of course.
definitely in the
I can hatch eggs. Yeah, you've walked 10
No,
kilometers
really.
in
That's
2
like
minutes.
I just wanted, my Charmander or whatever Kangaskhan, like, which were like in the center of New York, so I would just like go there. Like it was easy back then, not now.
Yeah.
You were a conniving man. Like you,
Yeah.
I was just walking around like a chump. I could have just feed the ending to New York. What?
You always find that rare Pokemon in a Starbucks.
Also, like he plays on the emulator all the time. He cheats all the time.
I'm just efficient. Let's call it efficiency.
Yeah. Like, give me the screen, man. I will show you some.
Sorry, Your Honor, I didn't
some...
mean to do tax evasion. It was just more efficient.
Yeah, like how does this even look like from the UI perspective? Like there were people like kind of saying they're not spending anything. I mean, they are, and it's exactly like how the game looks like. So nothing really groundbreaking. I don't think like it's gonna be any different. The question is, do you think like they could use the Pokemon theme song and like something from the actual series, or not really? And they would need to create a new universe around like this game.
I think they have all the IP that's needed to kind of power this up.
Well, what the fuck is the Pokemon song? Like, hey, come on! Like, I would just run the intro.
Maybe they're saving it for Christmas, man.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so, because like if you look at this, which obviously it's just like, hey, hello, lady, and I mean, you're just opening packs, which is
more hair than human being.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like it's all about. Yeah, she is real. Honestly, like in
this
this,
is
like
a UGC actor. This is an AI actor. This is a Matei special. Is this one of your ads? Did you create this?
No. I was actually thinking about like what would I create if I was running this, and it would be very different because obviously, like, this is all around like nice music, very elevator oriented, and they're just opening packs. Nothing else. But then there's this interesting, and obviously like this is the UGC stuff, more UGC stuff, which I mean makes sense because also you remember us laughing about Marvel Snap and Ben Broad like in those creatives, and like why are they showing him? And then I kind of saw the numbers, and then I understood why. I mean, it worked quite well. so I can imagine like this. Although all these like random people, this could be produced a little bit better, but at least like it's kind of like it's let's call it as default. This is what I would explore more because not her, but the Pikachu X-Line, the whole world.
Some of the alternate cards art have literally their own kind of little bit of a cinematic when you open
That's what they exactly. Exactly, so this one and this creatives. I mean, yes, but not a lot. There's the Pikachu, and then there's Mewtwo as well.
I think it's the freestyles. I think the freestyles have their own animation.
I think I guess only the banner booster packs Pokemon, Charizard, Pikachu, and Mewtwo.
The thing is as well, there's a whole like massive thing on YouTube with like Lionheart and these people that do professional like pack opening, and they go round and someone left this pack in their coat pocket 20 years ago, and then they pay like 10 grand to find it and then open it, and then like millions of people watch them open it. Anticipation, right? Like,
and then you get the Geodude.
Man, that's what I want to be even better, because there's like, oh fuck, I need to open another pack. That's the thing. Like that's what people don't really understand. Like there is like a card or pack opening or chest opening trend, or like there's like millions of views on YouTube. Like people watch this shit, and this is exactly like the emotion you want to get. Like that's why they're showing this in the as like everybody who's like, it's like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like this is exactly what it should be. I mean, this is all the game is all about. This is the emotion people want to get from these ads. This is exactly because you build the deck, you build you want to catch them all, and you want to see, oh my god, what can I get from the pack? Like this is exactly it. So it won't get any more crazy. It's just like this is it. There are some things that they could definitely do a little bit better, but again, like it's quite a start, and they're running Uplavin, which is interesting. I wouldn't really expect this. Also, integral, like Twitter, which is funny, but still, and this is exactly what I was talking about.
No, that's the Mewtwo cinematic.
There's the Mewtwo cinematic, which is and I'm just gonna tell you like what should it start with, like. This was supposed to, I mean, this should be the hook. Like, this should be the hook. Like, wow, this is great. This is nice. This should be the hook, not like this text that nobody cares about, obviously. And if you do this type of text, then at least like go and check the latest trends and then just put the wall of text in this, and that's going to work afterwards. And then like they have all these like collector favorites. So it's all about the collecting things. And they have a lot of localized creatives, definitely French and German as well.
The Wonder Pick mechanic.
Oh yeah, they showed it in
This is the Wonder Pick mechanic, 1 out of 5.
Jakob, you know one thing you missed as well was the flare. So if you have like a really rare card and you have multiple of it, you can like basically stack the card to add the flare, and there's 5 or 6 different flares, which depending on the point system that you have, like there's a
specific cosmetic only currency which you can pay, and if you have duplicates of the card, you can purchase cosmetic effects on a specific card.
Yeah,
exactly.
Each of them. Yeah. So like all of these like cinematics, like this should be in the creatives for sure. Also, like I said, like the Ash and like the whole Pokemon theme intro from the series, like oh my god, like that would create a lot of nostalgia immediately.
That one thing that I also forgot, that like the whole game is pretty much focused on collection, I guess, in the current state a lot more than the battling system, because you have even this kind of like show off. How is it called? Cover or
like the binders and then
like the binders and stuff, where you literally like can put your top cards in it with like special cosmetic like overall effect and people like it. And when people like it, you get actually shop tickets during the day from the likes. So it's a little bit of like Pokemon Instagram. It's like to some point.
Kind of, yeah. There's that's. Oh wait a second, I had this. Where was it? I mean, there's like few things that there is. So my favorite.
Family watching pack opening.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
Super fake. Look. Oh yeah, hello. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, like honestly, like marketing stuff can be definitely elevated here, but what can we do?
Fake family watching.
Fake family watching, yeah. Like, and then there's also like one other video that I was watching. When was it? Facebook. There's this nice lady, and I think it looks quite Japanese. It's very nice, like 30-second video. Where was it? Anyway, like, oh yeah, it was in October, I think.
How much spend do you think they're running?
Not a lot. Against like how much money they make, I wouldn't say they're even close to like hundreds of thousands per day.
Yeah, I would say we're talking 95% organic, 5% UA. 5 to 10.
Is that true? Let's see if we can actually.
That would mean 500k a day.
Yeah,
John, you work in publishing. How would a deal like this make? Because basically, Pokemon is handed
too early.
Like basically like a license to make gold, like pick gold from the streets, right? Like how would a deal like this work?
That's a very good question. Ultimately, what's going to probably happen is that Pokemon Company are taking a massive cut of anything that is coming through here. I would say like 15 to 25% of the IAP revenue is going to be in an IP sort of cost. And so they're going to earn hundreds of millions off the back of this just by using the brand, right? It's a pretty insane business model, really, just to lend the idea of something and then get paid hundreds of millions every year for the next number of years.
Is that revenue gross or net, the one that you would get from the royalties?
It should be after deduction, so
After.
so after Apple costs. So effectively, they would get about 15 to 20% after, like, of the 70% after the Apple.
Yeah. Okay.
But remember, there's no D2C in this yet either. And I would say, if they're smart, they would do a web store, right? They would put Fire
web store. Here we come.
Yeah, look, I would be very surprised if they don't implement that in the next couple of months, because that could save them tens or hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
This is the video I was trying to find. Like, it's a lady that opens packs and they just get like Pikachu's and Charizards and whatever else, X and Psyduck. That's it. There you go, Charizard X. So it's okay.
But man, like, literally, is one of the best feelings in the world when you open a pack and you get the holo foil Charizard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's exactly the emotion. It's like, that's gonna be it. But yeah, it's like in the US, I would expect this. It's not a lot yet. Yeah, but it's October. Sorry, November. Same thing. It's just Facebook, Google is. Google is the biggest.
What's your prediction for the spend, Matej? Like, how much do you think they're spending?
Yeah, I would say like it's hundreds of thousands per day maximum, like 100, 200,000 per day, not more. I don't think it's
even lower than John.
Yeah.
So less than 5%.
Yeah, because like it's also like the creative depth is like not really suggesting like they are spending like crazy, even though like 200K per day is crazy. Although like in comparison to the actual revenue that they're making, it's not even close. And I can see this being a big advertiser as we go forward with all these different creatives, all these like you can create basically all these cinematics on the back of the game, which is basically what Ash there catching the Pokemon. You can't really show the gameplay that much because it's boring, obviously, because like, I mean, you don't see I mean, boring in terms of like visual style. Like it's just like, it's not really something you wanna show.
Like if you add actually all the visual effects to the card, it's pretty flashy. But,
yes, yeah. But that's it basically. So you need to create these like stories around the Pokemons, and like you can create, what I do usually. I have this like interview style of creating where I kind of like, I have a farming game, so I interview the chicken. So you can interview all the fucking Pokemons, like all like, oh well, a day of Squirtle. Like, what did I like? Also, what you can create? Like, recreate the Squirtle gang from the Pokemon. Man, like you can have so much content that you can recreate if you don't. Yeah, exactly.
Even the Jigglypuff, like singing, people falling asleep, drawing the marker on them. Like, imagine the UGC of people like
Team Rocket.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So all these things you so you're like, you see all these like the videos like, oh well, I'm playing this game, like, oh, King Richard, I need to save. It's like, well, and then you just walk around the street and you see like sleeping people with all the like ticks on the head, like mark on the head, like, oh, okay, and then just while Jigglypuff just like runs across the street, like it's super easy and very interesting, and it's like really like eye-catching and attention-grabbing thing. Like, so much you can do here. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys! Like, yeah, call me please now. I can do it. I can do it. Jesus, not like seriously. Like, yeah, like this is it. If they start doing this and like start like paying attention to the creative work, like millions a day spent easily.
But they have what, like, the series is like 1,200 episodes, or what's the current count? I know that like the one with the story with Ash and Pikachu ended, and there's like a new one now.
Yeah,
it's never ending, man.
This is the other thing. So like, if you look at Duel Links, what they did with Yu-Gi-Oh was they created different universes within the app experience because of the different characters and the evolution of the story. So like, they could even add another layer of complexity using Duel Links as the base. So you would have like traditional Ash anime, then there's like the second, third, fourth, fifth ones where they change all the even the cartoon changes, the style changes, because there's like 20-year difference. So like there's just like, they could call on all of that stuff, right? It's literally uncapped. Like you said, it's like 25, 30 years of reusable materials of content. Like it's wild, guys. Really, like
really wild. Yeah.
So it's actually 26 seasons running from 1997, and it's still ongoing. As I said, like Ash and Pikachu went away, and now there's like Liko and Roy, the new ones, but it's 1,306 episodes and still going.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think like that's kind of summarizes basically the whole potential of this. It's just, and like you said, like the great thing about this is just like this is very beginning. Yeah, Magikarp. Too bad I don't have the Magikarp or the Pikachu hat. I have it in my house, but yeah, like so. Well, like, do we do the rating or let's like?
No, we don't do rating. The thing is that everything will depend on execution of the trading thing later down the line. It's a trading card game without the trading mechanic. It will depend on this.
Yes, I know.
It could literally destroy the game if they don't do it
properly.
Yeah,
if they don't properly, it's that.
This is not the last episode we're having on this game.
But
imagine. The real question for me, sorry, dude, but the real question for me is though, like, if this does 500 million, is this a failure? Yes. Like, if this does multiple billion, is this a success? Yes. And it's wild to think that us saying 500 million is a failure, right?
And it's not gonna make like 500 million. It's gonna make way more because exactly this is the thing. Like, they just push this out of the gate in kind of this state, which is already like way better than like the 99% of the game that were launched in the previous years, with the proper pipeline the next 3 months, with also like so much potential on different like UA stuff as well. Like it's there's just like, and I'm just gonna be very like bullish. Like there's no way this is gonna fail. There you have it. Like this is gonna be a great success.
Yeah, that's keep in mind that this could be the biggest game of this year, released this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I said to Jakob, for me, this will make 1 to 1.2 billion in 12 months.
Yeah, my conservative estimate is 980 first 12 months. Yeah, we'll see. But again, trading will change a lot if it will execute properly. We'll definitely take it on from there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, John, for joining us. It was great. And also, thank you very much, guys, for listening. Please join the Slack channel. Please share all your decks in the Slack channel. Not decks, please. That's very important. And very important. Yeah, hit the subscribe button here. Also, rate, give us a like, comment under the YouTube video as well. You started doing that more and more often, which is great and very appreciated. And see you next time. Absolutely.
See you very soon with this.
Yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to Felix, aka John Wrong, who said about 15 words throughout the entire podcast. Any episode that doesn't include ads destroys his soul.
No worries. He's gonna
special shout out to Felix holding strong during this episode.
He's gonna turn into Gyarados once we talk about this again.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm
during
pretty
Christmas, so I guess we'll have that one afterwards.
Amazing. Thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Go.
I really want to see it.
Okay.
Oh my god! Like worst case scenario, I just put it in at the end, like an Easter egg, like an Easter egg as before. And also, I really like this game.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it's
very
good.
Man, I do wonder if like how much nostalgia is part of this though. Like our generation, like are we the target audience? Like are we the perfect people for this game? You know, you spelt wrong, idiot. You know, like how can you get wrong? Fuck! What is wrong with you, my friend? You know? Wow, you need to.
You will never believe what actually just happened. Oh, wait, are we recording?
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
Then no.
Then no, yeah. Then later. Why?
Later.
I'm so lucky I didn't get my Pikachu X out already. Jakob, you know it's coming. So you know it's coming.
No,
Okay.
you see my head.
What is that? What is
Yeah,
that on your? What is that? Your what?
I'm
What
gonna
is
look
that on
like
your
a
head,
punk.
Mache?
National
What-
television or whatever this is. I'm gonna look like a goddamn punk.
What is this on your head, Mache?
What's your headphones?
Felix, bring your Magikarp head, man.
Yeah, bring your magic card.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes, this is
Hang on, let me write-
yeah.
You're lucky I'm not at home and I'm in the office because I would have brought out some serious memorabilia stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I just left Pikachu
have
head
it
and
all
the
here.
Magikarp.
Yeah. Okay.
Jakub, you also need to speak louder and just keep the mic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Close.
I'll eat.
Yes, it's better.
Right. Okay. Now we're
Oh,
into
John,
a
John,
swing.
do you wanna stick around for the Creative Trends episode, or you wanna just go home? I mean, why the
I'll
works?
see how I see how I feel, dude. I'm like a morning person, you know. I get
Okay.
up at 5 a.m. So like I normally
woke
asleep
up
by
at-
10ish.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll see.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel. Jakob told me we're doing these back-to-back things now, and I was like, "Look, that's some pretty hardcore shit, man. Like, I don't want to be here till midnight, you know."
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, we do this. Yeah, we do. But
We,
as I said,
yeah, we
like, no
start double
push
thinking.
it.
Honestly, I need to actually. I'm not sure. Oh, it's fine. I don't really hear it that well, to be honest. It's fucking terrible. These headphones, but whatever. It's
Man,
okay.
This thing.
Oh, you have that?
Yeah.
No. Nice.
Dude, I've got one in my mum's place, like, and it's in the attic. I'm gonna go to my mum's on the weekend
went
to
to
just
my
get
mum's
this out
place.
the attic. You
Yes,
know?
John. Please, as soon as you share this episode, please put that in your LinkedIn post. It's gonna work. It's gonna work so well.
Works for me, man.
Man, you see this? That's promo Mew.
Yeah, dude, I've got this one. I've got this one as well. Oh, look,
Nice.
it's a magic.
Magikarp.
Wild Magikarp appeared. Fantastic.
Magikarp appeared.
Wild Magikarp appeared.
This is great.
Even better. Hey.
Ooh, nice. We should start actually recording, and then you can
yeah, we
finish.
You're not recording? 'Cause,
I mean, we are kind of.
Yeah, okay, so.
I mean, we can, but Jakub can't talk. Jakub can't talk, and I think John, you can't talk either because you're just gonna. What the fuck is he just going?
Magikarp away.
Yeah, just Magikarp, wild Magikarp
this
appeared
is-
and then disappeared.
very, very frustrating that I've not got a full backline, so I'm going to only do 60 HP. This
You're
is.
dead, man. Basically, you can
Yeah, look,
concentrate.
I'm out,
Yeah.
dude. You had a great starting hand. I didn't. You know, this next round, I'm done.
Yeah,
Now
you're
you're going to
fucked.
put the two. You're going to use the two psychics. See, if I knew you were going to use the Mewtwo deck, I would have used my Mewtwo deck. But you
Very
didn't.
good.
You didn't
Well, it's-
educate the rules. Okay.
No worries. Okay.
Well-
Yeah,
let's
100.
go.
Okay, so that's it. Officially, I've lost because I've just lost 2 for that. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
But now, Jakob and I are now going to basically keep score, and we're going to have like 50
Yeah.
matches in the next week to find out who's best of 25. You know.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Again, we can officially start from now
We
on.
can
Or
officially
wait,
start.
I'm doing
Yes.
stuff.
We can put it in the recording for sure. I mean,
Do you want to do the intro and ask
you
everyone their
wanna change your
favorite
fucking
and-
mic. You want to change the fucking
Uh-huh.
mic, but you can't
But
because you're.
again-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You fucking amateurs. You fucking amateurs. You are meant to be the professionals. I have a desk mic that I'm not able to use because of this shitty equipment. Look.
You know what? I'm gonna change this as well.
What, did you bring that with you? You took a whole, like, a bag with you full of stuff? Like,
Of course. Like,
holding stuff? Wow, you guys are crazy, man.
just a person that like carries mate stuff.
Yeah, he has a minion that he takes to America just to hold his podcast.
Where are you?